ready to leave a message. Okay, two quick things. Let me say this real quick, and then you tell me what you think. Because remember, first of all, when you were here when it started at Christmas, when Daniel. So that, let me say my point.
I do some. I hang out my hand. Food or barbecue sauce.
It'll take, but you don't need your fingers. Just let me say.
Call me back, leave a message. I might call you back. No, my sister is coming to my house. I'm not doing something for when she comes to food with her. I have to finish it.
I just wanted to leave you with a thought. You don't have to say anything. Just listen. No, I said to you, I saw Daniel selling crack in the cigarette box, and I said, all I did was say, what's he selling? Because I never saw him do it before. Now, I didn't call the police, right? What, right?
Yeah.
But these people call the police on me? So that is why I am changing, I'm turning around. Because the irony that I watched them do this shit, and I don't call the police on them, but they make shit up about me. That's my point, right? And the last thing is, when I told you that he threatened to bash my head in, what did you say to me? You told me you didn't give a shit, and we had a big fight, right? Because you were having a fight with Glynis or whatever you were doing, which is fine, but when, like you say to me, ironically, oh, well, I'm your friend, I'm the only one that nobody's my friend because nobody cares about me. And when I needed you, if I did need a friend ever, it was when someone's threatening to bash my head in, and all I need you to do is say, or not be mean to me. You don't have to do anything, but you didn't have to say, you said the same thing to Glynis. Who gives a shit? As you said the same thing Glynis said to me. So I just wanted to leave that thought in your head because that's why I record everything. That's why I feel very alone and by myself, and I don't know how to make sense of this because Ramon, I didn't do anything to Glynis. I've never called the police on her in 13 years, and for asking her if she knew anything about the knife, she calls the police on me. Like think about what sense that makes, and that's why I want to put my head through the wall. And then if I do call the police when there's like a commotion going on downstairs and I listen to her like, telling the police that, I'm trouble, like making shit up to the police. What could Glynis possibly say to the police? That I smoke pot at Christmas time? You know what I mean? Like, what could she possibly say that I ever do wrong? I never do anything wrong, and that's why she hates me. It's like
but you have to get back to another day, and that's how I tell you, you have to let it go.
But how can you let it go when she's sending the police to my door? That's my point. She's the one that started all of this. She put the knife there, and even if she didn't, how could she not simply answer my question? That's why it's a clue that she probably did leave it there. Not to mention, you had said to me that that's what she does. You've seen it for years. She walks around with a knife because she gets all paranoid in her head. And it's almost comical. You could laugh at it. And I saw her a year ago with a freaking giant butter knife inviting me to come downstairs to take care of her, saying she was so scared. Did I call the police on her? When a crazy person is acting crazy with a knife? No. But she calls the police on me because I simply ask her.
Last week, and you give us that information.
It happened 2 days ago. What are you talking about? She called the police were here yesterday. The police were here when I talked to you. I talked to you like an hour after the police came, maybe 3 hours after the police. I don't even remember the time, but they were here yesterday. And then she's saying to them, oh, well, you better watch out for Raina Fortini. And it's like, what? So and that police basically told them, they rang my bell. She could hear, she knew that I called them. So I said, fuck it. I opened the door. I said, let's settle this right now. What in the world would you say to them? And the police totally jumped on me. Hey, go back in your house. Like I'm a crazy person, that wants to fight with a crackhead. She makes me look like a fellow crackhead. Because I live with her. I look, and I don't have any money because I deal with this shit. It's like it's all part of the same horrible equation. Anyway, I didn't mean to get all as long-winded as this, but I just wanted to leave you with that thought because Because when it all started at Christmas time, all I did was say to Daniel, Merry Christmas. And I said, and you had tinted windows, so I'm sorry that we had that big fight because I didn't know you were on the phone. That's all I said to him. He says, don't talk to me, bitch. He said it right in front of Earlene. And I said, what is your problem? And I looked at Earlene and I said, you see what I have to deal with? I was being nice, and he's yelling at me. And then I called him a tall piece of shit. That's all I called him. And then he, like, picks up his thing that he's cleaning his car with. He comes at me violently, a big guy, to say I'm going to bash your head in. And Earlene and Gina are calling me crazy. And then, you know, I didn't have my camera going, and so then I walked away, and I turned on my camera to, like, say to him, you just tried to bash my head in. And he acknowledged it. He said, yeah, I said that after you started calling me by my name. And I was like, I reacted to you being an asshole to me. And Gina and Earlene are laughing at me. She crazy, they say. And it's like, they're supposed to be just like, you and everybody in that building should be like, hey, that's not right. You know, be fair here. It's that simple. It's that simple. And he said, and you know what he said to me? I think I'm better than everybody else. And that's why they hate me. Because I am better than everybody else. I mean, well, maybe I used to be. Now I'm like half dead, and I don't think of myself that way. I look at myself as a fat, sick, disgusting blob with no life at all. And I'm barely holding on. And then I see it. A guy, and then I see a nut, and I just ask my neighbor who I'm friendly with, like, what's up with the night?
You keep it going. That is keep it urgent because you keep it going the other day. I tell you, forget about it. I really do you because cookies right now, but I
Okay.
I will listen to you. I will listen, but I keep it cooking.
Okay.